here with me. We have our founding CEO, Mr. John Boland. So we're just going to ask you a couple of questions, Johno. First of all, what gave you the idea of putting the two kingdoms together?
I wanted to use a simple method to explain the Christian message so that anybody could understand it.
Mm-hmm.
People have never had any introduction to Christianity at all, would look at it and would understand it. And the two kingdoms that I come up with, 30 years ago or 35 years ago, seemed to be the answer.
Okay. And have you found it successful?
Yeah, over the years I have. I've shared it with many people, and many people have responded to it and reacted in an appropriate way and come to the Lord.
Okay.
Yeah.
And do you find that how long does it take to actually get through it? The presentation using the two kingdoms presentation, how long do you think it would take?
Well, it takes about 10 minutes. But if you're doing it personally with someone, that may take half an hour because you're allowing questions as you go.
Yeah.
You see?
So, what do you think about the new video that we've now got of the two kingdoms? Do you find that much easier to share in the book?
Well, it is under circumstances where you only have a very limited time. You know, it might only be a minute, it might only be 2 minutes with somebody. You can give them your card with the gospel on it, with the Christian message on it.
QR code.
And with the QR code, and it's a very excellent way for Christians that are not evangelists but are interested in sharing the gospel, but up to date many have been too shy to do it, and this gives them the opportunity to do it very simply.
So what I can gather, Johno, there's two aspects to this. That the one aspect is somebody who's a non-believer that actually wants to read it and go through it. And then the second aspect is somebody who's already a Christian that wants to share it. Would you agree with that? You've got two different things. Yep. But what we're doing here is we're mainly looking for people, there's probably people that are watching this video that have never heard the gospel message, that don't even know what it means.
A lot of people wouldn't know what gospel means.
Yeah. What does the word gospel mean, actually, John?
Well, it's good news.
Yeah.
So we're sharing good news. And of course, in the world today, people need good news.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
That's for sure.
There's so much bad news about that people, get stressed. And to be able to share good news is a wonderful thing, really.
So you're really going against the mainstream. Mainly, everyone's out there sharing all the bad news on the media reports, and you're trying to share the good news.
Yeah,
is that right?
exactly.
So
exactly.
It's the opposite.
Yep.
So what we're finding with the when you're in hospital and you had a QR code on one of your cards,
Yep.
and people could click on that and view the video presentation on the 10-minute video, which was on a platform in the internet,
Yep.
How did you tell us about your experience when you were in hospital? What happened with you had some nurses or something when you weren't well? You couldn't really, you didn't have the energy to really talk to them,
No.
but you virtually said, just look at this or something.
Well, I was in hospital over the last 6 months, off and on, particularly over the 3 months prior to now. And I was pretty sick because I had heart problems, but I still had our business card with my wife Veronica and I on it, and on the back of the card is a QR code, and so I'd say to whoever I was giving it to, would you receive this from me? And they said, oh yes, and I'd hand them my card. I'd say it's our business card, and they'd look at it, and then I'd say turn it over, and they turn it over, and they get the QR code, which leads into a 10-minute presentation of the Christian message. And while I was in hospital, I gave about 25 of these away. Now, you don't know what's going to be positive and what's not. A lot of them, the card may finish up in the rubbish bin. But on the other hand, there's those that are searching in this mad world for answers, and they will look at it. So there's some that are prepared already by the Holy Spirit. But they don't know. They don't know the answer. They don't know the full truth. Mm-hmm. And so you work on numbers.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So going through the presentation, it's broken up into different parts. And for someone who hasn't actually seen the presentation, how would you describe the 10 minutes of viewing what they're actually going to encounter? What would they see in there?
Well, primarily you ask the person, do they believe there's two forces on the earth, good and bad? And most people will say yes. And that's how the two kingdoms begins. It focuses on two kingdoms, good and evil, which is ultimately what's in the world anyway. Mm-hmm. But so many people, if they've looked at Christianity previously, might have got a confused presentation of it, or they've got a faulty understanding of it. Mm-hmm. This confines it to simple matter of good and bad.
Okay.
And it takes them into it.
Right.
And I've found, as I've done it personally now for 35, 40 years or something, and I've showed it to many people, unbelievers, and the number of genuine seekers that listen to it, understand.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, so we've only got a few more minutes left. We only take 15 minutes for this whole video. We've got about 4.5 minutes to go, but basically we want to just finish off by saying that this video presentation, we haven't actually got it on the website Two Kingdoms. We basically explained that we have a presentation which explains the gospel message, and it's all biblical. It's got a lot of scriptures from the Bible backing up a full presentation of what it means, what the gospel message actually means, what it's all about. So to have access to it, for something valuable as this, you'd sort of expect to pay for it, but we're making it freely available to everyone, and anybody can watch it. All you need is the QR code and the web link. Well, one or the other. You can use the web link but if people prefer the QR code, they can use the QR code. So one or the other, or both. So we're going to be sending those out free of charge to anybody that would like it, who's watched this video, or even if you've got friends or family members that would like it. All you have to do is contact me. My name is Stephen, on Facebook, on the Facebook Messenger through the Two Kingdoms platform, and we will send it out to you, and you will have access to this free 10-minute powerful video presentation about the gospel message. You'll be able to watch it yourself before you send it out to anybody else. The best way of the lot is to actually sit down with somebody on your phone, on your computer, on your tablet, whatever you got, and just have a listen to it with the person. It's always good to engage with someone, not so much just send them something blindly. And that's what we're about. We're about engaging with an audience of people, one person at a time. You may feel some resistance from some people who don't feel the same about you, about this gospel message, but the thing is, in the scriptures it says, for God so loved the world that whosoever believes in him shall not perish but have everlasting life. So whosoever is everyone who's watching this video. So we just encourage you to watch the presentation. We'll send you the QR code or the web link, and B, we'd love you to share it with your friends and family and even people you don't know. So thanks for joining us today, and
Just before you sign.
Yeah, go on. 2 minutes.
I just want to tell the folks that I'm 86 and a half years of age, and I nearly finished my life about 6 months ago. I've had 8 electric shocks and 3 major sort of operations, and I'm still alive, and I believe that the Lord has kept me alive to get this out there. And modern technology is allowing us that with the Facebook, which is amazing tool. We know that evil is used through this tool, but God's message of grace and mercy and love is also available to travel on the Facebook, and that's why we're here. And I've got my good friend Stephen helping me to do this, because I'm not. When I first started to do it, I used to do it a pen on paper. And I used to draw it out for people in a cafe or wherever I was. I'd do it on the serviette and so on. So I hope you get to like it and use it. God bless you. Thanks very much.
Right, thanks, Johno. And thanks for coming on today. Live, signing off from Melbourne, Australia.